Hello and welcome to another CAD clip for AutoCAD 2007 3D. And in this lesson we're going to talk about the section plane tool. And just before I get to that, I just kind of want to show you what I've done in here just to kind of get us up to speed and give us a little something to work with. And all I've done here really is used my modeling tools using the box and the wedge and the cone and the cylinder, etc. Created some very basic shapes. And then I used my union to union all of these together, which then gives me my seam lines in between and around this edge. And then I took a small cylinder here and used subtract over here on the right to subtract that cylinder from there. Okay, no different than I could take another cube right now and add it in over there, and then maybe take these grips and do something with that. Maybe even, and when you use this stuff, move around, change your view, change your visual style. You can see I've got the jittering on because I've used my conceptual style, but definitely get used to going inside of here and changing your views all the time and grabbing these great grips and, taking this, move it wherever. You just use the move command if you want. Maybe move that guy over to there, go back to a 3D view, okay, and then back to maybe a conceptual view, okay, spin that around, okay. Maybe I will subtract that cube from the corner of that pyramid, so all I'll do is go subtract from here, enter this, enter, and it basically subtracts that, okay. And then what I can do is I went and used my color faces tool to pick on here, and then pick on that face, hit enter, and then pick a color that I want to face on there. Okay, same I could do over here. Color faces off of my solid editing, pick on here, and then go pick my color and hit OK. So all I've got is some primitive shapes that I've used union and subtract with over here. Okay, and I've used my color faces over there, and now we'll talk about the I'll get my dashboard up. So I'm going to go to tools, palettes, and I'm going to go click on the dashboard, which is a palette over here, and I'm going to turn my auto hide, and we're going to focus a lot in this area over here. If I hover over here, it's the 3D make control panel, okay. And again, we can have this dashboard so that it rolls in and rolls out. Okay, there's a setting in Windows for the speed at which that will roll in and out in the registry. I'm going to click on in here, and what I'm going to do is show you here the section plane tool. Okay, click on section plane. There's the command. You could add that to another toolbar. It doesn't have to be here. It just so happens it's conveniently located here. Okay, now the first thing we should notice is that our dynamic UCS works with this tool amongst a lot of the other tools that we have. And watch what happens. All I want you to do when you practice here, I'm going to place a section plane. Because the dynamic UCS is turned on, what happens then is that I can use a face to create this. And this dynamic UCS is working with our section plane tool, but that dynamic UCS works with a lot of other things. When you see that face go dashed, you're using that beautiful dynamic UCS. So what I can do is I can go in and, for instance, hover over, this plane right here in the top of this slope surface, okay, and it says select face or any point to locate the section line. So as I'm moving around, I can just click there. Now I've created a section plane. If I use shift middle mouse button, using that plane, I have created a section plane. If I hit escape, I can move out, okay, and I use that surface. Okay, I'm going to go E for erase. I'm going to click on here and erase that. Okay, I'm going to try it again. This is a fun one. So section plane. Well, maybe I'm going to use this side as my surface, and it'll do a section plane there. Of course, as you would anticipate, going to our top view, I can hover over that and I can move and relocate that section plane. Okay, and then I can flip it using my flip key here to flip it from side to side of that section plane. Okay, the other thing I should note, hover over it, click on your section plane, right click. It says activate live sectioning. Okay, look at these context sensitive menus. Show cutaway geometry live section settings. Okay, clicking on here, check the settings, how that looks, the hatch pattern, the color, and all that stuff. Okay, right clicking, generate 2D 3D section of that section plane. Click on there. I'm going to generate a 2D section elevation. I'm going to create it and look at the end of my crosshairs. Here I go. It's asking me for an X and Y scale and rotation. It creates a block out of that. If I list it, it tells me it's a block reference and this is its name, which I can go in and rename that or do what I want. Okay. The main thing is that now I have a section based on that. Okay, if I hover over it, click on it, and delete it, my object comes back to my 3D view. Okay, go back to my section plane again. This time I'm going to turn my DUCS off. Now none of my faces are going to hover, so now I can maybe use F3 as an object snap and just click on there. Now I've created a section plane there. I can hover over it, click on it, right click, activate live section. There's that live section that I can shift middle mouse button, look around, and it disappears and comes back. Go back to my top view, hover over it, click on that, okay, based on those points, okay.